there'll be an enormous positive economic knock-on effect from work that's created for the station. But in terms of direct jobs, we're looking at around 800 to growing to 1,000 jobs during sort of maintenance periods on the new station. It's not just the number either, it's the nature of those jobs. It's not just about nuclear physicists and engineers. It'll also involve everybody that needs to run a big facility like that, from admin staff to gardeners to security to the whole range. And that's only during the operational phase. In construction, we'll be looking at several thousand people working on the construction of the actual station. If you look at the way the Olympics has been approached, that's a very temporary thing as well, but so there's been a big focus that we've been learning from on how to maximise the legacy for the local area, which means that you don't build a stadium, or in our case, workers' accommodation or transport infrastructure improvements, which are solely there for your purpose and are a bit of a white elephant afterwards. So what we need to do is look at how we can have a strong legacy, and so that once the construction phase is over, whatever we put in place to facilitate that construction actually benefits local people. We will have to look in huge detail at the risk of floods, the like of which could only occur once every 10,000 years, and still be able to protect the site against that magnitude of flood. So although that's one of the first things we're getting on with, is looking at the flood protection studies. So we're confident that we'll be able to put together proposals to protect the site, and not just the site. It may potentially have knock-on benefits for flood protection for the Severn Estuary more widely. Security at nuclear power stations is absolutely paramount, and we don't have any operating plant yet as Horizon. Our shareholders do in other countries, but already we have a security culture on board, and we behave as though we were operating power stations, and that's everything from how we manage information about the plant through to physical security measures. Nuclear power is often traditionally seen as very expensive, but if you look at the amount of power it generates over its lifetime, the cost per unit of electricity generated is it's probably the cheapest of the low carbon alternatives. If you look at capturing carbon dioxide from coal or the big offshore wind farms, those things have all got to be progressed, but they're even more expensive. So if we want to keep bills down, as well as tackle climate change and security of supply, then nuclear's got to be part of the answer.